Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the LB Gym here in Fredericton. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV, powered by Sports Canada TV, Tommy's TV on YouTube. It is the last regular season home action for Tommy's volleyball today. Men and women hosting Crandall. First up, it's the Tommy women. Tommies were 3-0 winners over these Crandall Chargers yesterday. Tommies out-hit the Chargers 159 to 009. Charlie Ben won 9 kills, service ace, a block for 11 points for Crandall. Callie Woodworth 20 assists, Amy LeBlanc 12 digs. Kathleen Boyle 13 kills, service ace, a block, and 15 points. Callie Nadeau 10 kills, 4 service aces, 14 points. Brooke Thompson 12 digs. Ella Esty with 17 assists in that one. The second 3-0 meeting between these clubs. Tommies defeated the Chargers way back on November 16th. All that said, this is time for the Tommies to focus on the immediate traffic in front of them. Objects in the rearview mirror shall soon appear in the headlights. Tommies entering the day. We're in sole possession of first place at 13-4. And I'll be right back after the anthem to tell you the rest. So the Tommies, they opened the day in front, 13-4. Percentage points ahead of 13-5 and idle this weekend, Mount Allison Mounties. But boy, a lot has changed since this morning already. St. John was 3-0 winners over MSVU. And Holland College 3-0 winners at home versus St. Anne. That brings UNBSJ into a first place tie with the Tommies, leapfrogging over the idle Mount Allison Mounties. Holland hot on their heels at 12-6. What's really important there is the loss column. The Tommies, St. John at 4 losses, Mount A at 5, and Holland at 6. Final home game here for the Tommies. Where do they go next week? At UNBSJ. So that traffic in the rearview mirror, soon to be dead in the headlights, have to deal with the immediate opposition, and that's Crandall. Tommies want to win this one, put themselves up a win going into next weekend. And boy, that's going to be a tough St. John team. Starters are introduced for the Chargers. We'll pick up the Tommies as they are introduced. Kathleen Boyle wears number 7. 21.5 points away from another 300-point season is Boyle. Number 8 is Callie Nadeau at a Quispam assist. Number 10, Ava Slip, second-year middle out of Fredericton. 11 is Morgan Coy, a first-year outside out of Fredericton, 103 points for Coy. 4 is Ella Esty. Esty, a first-year setter out of Fredericton. And number 14, a middle, Anna Osborne. 6'1" first year out of Fredericton. Libero's number 1, Avalon LeBlanc, and number 3, Brooke Thompson. Thompson, 181 digs on the season, puts her in the top 5 in the conference overall with digs, I believe. Just checking my stats there. Starters for the Crandall Chargers. And it is do or die time for the Chargers. Talked a bit about the Tommies. The Chargers, 6-10. They've lost 2 in a row. They are 2 wins back of Mount St. Vincent, who sits at 8-9. They already have 1 more loss than the Mystics do. Coach Coldwell told me yesterday, said, hey, we think we need to win 4-5. They lost yesterday. And they've got some stiff competition. The Tommies, 2 against Mount A, and 1 against University of St. Anne left. So the Chargers, this is a must win for the Chargers here on Youth Jersey Day. Service ace for Callie Nadeau for the Tommies right off the top. Chargers for the Chargers. LeBlanc is the Libero wearing number 2 in the gold jersey for the Chargers. Chargers in the white base today. That's off the hands of number 7, Jolie Alanda, captain. Joined by center number 5, Callie Woodworth, number 6, Charlie Benoit, number 8, Emma Visser. 12 in the middle, Haley Legacy, and another middle, number 17, Rachel Zilstra. 2-0 Tommies, Nadeau. That pass drifts long, and the Tommies lucky to get that back. It's going to be called a double hit. Looked like a bit of a party ball there that nobody went for. Invitation denied. No RSVP on that one. Here's a land. And that's going to be a service ace. Thompson and Boyle let that one drop. 2-2. Alain, 5th year out of Miramichi, 8 service aces coming into. They give her 9 now after that one. Boyle up for Coy on the tip. Great get by LeBlanc. Back row hit. Visser is into the tape. And Osborne in for the Libero as Ava Slip. It's her first service rotation for Stu. Big serve up by LeBlanc. Allaire. And Benoit, big swing. Slip was there, back row Nadeau. And that one drifts long off the hand of Callie Nadeau. Here is Rachel Zilstra, first year out of Princeport, Nova Scotia. Boyle off the hand of Alain. Oh, great hustle by the Chargers. It was Emma Visser. Got the second touch on that one, kept the ball in the air. Something about that solid wall at the back. Certainly slows you down in a hurry when you hit that. And there's a service ace from Morgan Coy. 5-3 Tommies. Another pass that drifts long, set up for Boyle. Boyle, big swing. Drops down on the Tommy sideline. Up by Nadeau, Esty, Osborne. Good get by Alain. Benoit on the attack. Boyle gets it. Oh, great get by Brooke Thompson. One armor to keep that one alive. Free from Visser. And it's Boyle on the tack. Blocked off of Thompson, out of play. Haley Legacy there for that one. 5-5. Callie Woodworth on the serve. Boyle took something off of that one just into the open space. Amy LeBlanc out of Scotland Island, Australia with a big dive there. Shout out if you're watching from down under. Pleased to have you along. As well as all across Canada and around the world. And what it is, Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you're making all day sporting event of it here starting. Well, maybe not starting. Maybe you already watched some volleyball. Continuing on with some volleyball. In advance of the football game later. Up by Boyle, SD. Osborne, big swing. Too much for Woodworth. (7-6) Tommies for Osborne. And Legacy out of the middle finds the open space. Esty right on the attack, and that one called out. Whoa, that looked real close from up here. Now 8-7 Chargers. Up by Nadeau, Boyle, and Nadeau. Off block, Woodworth, Legacy. And that's Benoit. Esty was there. Thompson for Nadeau. Net battle won by the Chargers. Out of bounds, that's going to be a point for the Tommies. Ella Esty will be back to serve. First yarder, Fredericton is Esty. That one drifts just long. Now 9-8 Chargers. Thompson, Esty, slip. Punched over by Woodworth. That's a back set for Nadeau. Nadeau drives down the line, but out. LeBlanc was there, well read. Chargers +2, 10-8. Up by Thompson, Esty. And that's Morgan Coy. Out. And no touch, up 3 now. The Chargers. Thompson. Boyle and Coy. Up by LeBlanc. Woodworth on the set, tipped over nicely by Jolie Alain. 12-8 and timeout Tommies. As the Chargers have it rolling here. Nice looking offense today by Crandall. Adjustments made in the overnight. So far effective. Reminder, we are in our final regular season home game here, but ACAA championships are here the weekend of February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. Women's quarterfinals on that Friday. Men's and women's semifinals on the Saturday, and men's and women's championship on the Sunday. Tickets already available. Go Tommies.ca or go to ACAA.ca championships. Ticketing link will take you to the UNB ticketing system. This is a UNB building, and why not use their ticketing system for advanced sales? Come on out for that. If you can't, action will be available on ACAA TV. And if you do come on out, feel free to say hello if we get a break in the action here. Always happy to hear from folks when they're in town. That one out off the hand of Boyle. And now the Chargers up 5. That's Visser on the serve. Coy. Big swing, Coy, too long. No touch. Visser again, that one into the net. Tommies will take that. Now down 5 for Callie Nadeau. Nadeau had 43 service aces coming into the season. I believe she had one in the first service rotation. Up by LeBlanc. Woodworth. And punched over by Benoit. There's Coy. Coy goes short. Good get. Free from Visser. That was slip on the attack. Avalon LeBlanc in now in the Libero jersey. Boyle. Off the antenna or wrong side of the antenna, whichever that may be the case. 6-point lead for the Chargers for Jolie Alain. 5th year out of Miramichi. There's Thompson. Esty on the tip for slip. There's slip on serve. LeBlanc plays it up. Visser and Benoit. Esty. Slip. Up for Boyle. Boyle, big swing. Off the hands of LeBlanc. Into today, Kathleen Boyle, 232 kills. Good for second in the conference overall and first in kills per set for Boyle. Unloads that arm right there. Up for Woodworth. Free from Visser. That's Nadeau. Esty. Osborne gets it through the block. Osborne back up for Esty. Now Boyle again. Another unload, but LeBlanc is there. Punched over by Woodworth. Up from slip. Coy gets it through the block. And that one off the antenna out of play. Shirley Benoit fixes the padding on the post. In play again from slip. Zylstra. Coy was up to that challenge. Now Boyle again off block. LeBlanc got it. Woodworth. And free from Zylstra. Slip. Esty. And Coy blocked. Esty sends it back over LeBlanc. Woodworth. From the back row, Alain. And that one is a clean kill for Jolie Alain. 16-12, and here is Rachel Zylstra. 6-footer out of Princeport, Nova Scotia. Thompson, Esty for Boyle. Steady diet of Kathleen Boyle here with the Tommies behind. There is Benoit. I think that was just into the net. Jenna Murphy checks in for Morgan Coy. And Avalon LeBlanc. First year Libero is in as well. This will put Murphy in the center pivot, and Esty will almost certainly go on the attack. That's going to be a net violation on the Tommies. Woodworth on the serve, up by Boyle. Murphy for Osborne, met at the net by Legacy. Murphy on the set, Nadeau on the push. Right back to the Tommies, it's Murphy. Thompson, and that is Boyle. Now Esty on the other side gets it through the block, up by Legacy. Woodworth, Benoit with a miss hit. Threw me for a second, not used to seeing Kathleen Boyle hit off the right side that much. There's Boyle. Tough get by Alain. Over by Visser. Up by Murphy. Nadeau, big swing, clean kill. Boyle. Woodworth up for Visser. Good attack for Visser. Good get by LeBlanc. Boyle is there. Free from Murphy. LeBlanc. Woodworth. That's a back set for Benoit. LeBlanc is there. Murphy. Boyle from the back row. LeBlanc. Woodworth. Legacy at the net on the tip. Up 3, the Chargers, Charlie Benoit. 32 service aces coming into today. 232.5 points. Hits Thompson. Boyle. There's Nadeau on the tip. Woodworth. LeBlanc. That was Visser on the far side. Now Osborne out of the middle. Free almost from Alain. Back set for Esty. Ella Esty. It off of Callie Woodworth. Checking in now, number 16, Bronwyn Gillingham. Ava slipped back in for the Libero. Gillingham will immediately serve. Oh, that one just long from Gillingham. She was seeking that back line. 19-16 for Haley Legacy. Up by Nadeau, Murphy, slip, blocked. Nadeau ends up on the wrong side of the net, diving for that one. 20-16. Big point here for STU. To ponder another timeout, you get down 5 at this point in time. Legacy from the near side goes cross court Nadeau. Murphy, back set for Esty, blocked. Esty keeps it alive, punch back over. Thompson is there. Murphy, Boyle. Behind the attack line. And that's going to go for a kill for Kathleen Boyle. Avalon LeBlanc in. Here's Ella Esty. Set for service. Played by LeBlanc. Woodworth. Zylstra just tipped over. Nadeau. Murphy tried the dump. Woodworth was ready. That one off the net, out of play. Point Tommies. And Esty will serve again. LeBlanc up for Woodworth. Alain. Boyle, Esty, now Nadeau. LeBlanc again. Woodworth. From the back row, it's Benoit. Tommy's now down 1, 2019. Esty to serve again. And again, it's to that far side. Oh, kept alive, free from LeBlanc. Up by LeBlanc. Murphy for slip. Kept up off the net. Visser had a second hit, but it ended up going under the net. 2020 timeout Crandall, as the Tommies have battled back from 5 points down in the set. So far, their teams are not setting the world on fire on the attack. The Chargers only hitting 0-3-1, but that's 0-3-1 points better than the 0-0-0 Tommies. Tommies 10 kills. Actually, the Tommies now in the negative as the stats have caught up. Tommies 10 kills, 11 errors, a negative 0-2-3. The Chargers 6 kills, 5 errors, and 0-3-1. Individual leaders, Benoit 2 kills, Alain 2 kills, Legacy 2 kills. Tommy's Boyle has 4, Nadeau and Slip 2 each. Osborne right now the only Tommy with a hit percentage above 0. Up by LeBlanc from the back row was Benoit, and that's off the hands of Boyle out of play. Visser set to serve. Visser out of Orwell Cove, PEI. 3rd year of eligibility. There's Nadeau, goes for the tip. And that one off the antenna. Chargers up 2. There's another timeout, this one by the Tommies. Their second of the opening set. We said off the top, you got to pay attention to the traffic immediately in front of you if you're Stu, and this is a desperate team in the Chargers. Chargers down 2 wins from a playoff position with 4 matches remaining, including this one, including 2 versus Mount A as well down the road to be played. So they want this one to keep themselves in contention. They'd love to come back here the last weekend of February. That serve drifts out. And now it will be Callie Nadeau with the Tommies down 1. Into the net. 23-21. Plus 2 Chargers for Jolie Alain. That's Boyle. Murphy, Boyle, off block, up by Thompson. Murphy with the dump. Alain was there. Now Benoit, big swing. Thompson is there. Murphy for Esty. Oh, almost a miss hit by Visser, but free from LeBlanc. Thompson, Murphy, slip. Too strong. 3 set points for the Crandall Chargers here in the opening set. And here comes Macy Urban. Checking in to this one, in for Callie Nadeau. Urban out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Up by Boyle. Murphy for Boyle. Oh, nicely done. Visser plays that one back. Boyle again, that time. Pulled the string, just went with the open space. Set point saved. And Osborne subs back in for Bronwyn Gillingham. And Libero out as Ava Slip. Serves with the Tommies down 2. Must have serve. In by LeBlanc. Woodworth. Benoit, nice attack. Boyle is there. Murphy. The back row. Urban. LeBlanc. Woodworth. And Benoit again. That's Esty. Murphy for Boyle. Boyle, big swing. Oh, great get by Alain. Free ball from Woodworth. Urban. Murphy. Tipped over by Osborne. And net violation gives the set to the Chargers. 25-22. Great thought by Anna Osborne. We'll take a peek here at the online stats, see if they're caught up. They do appear to be caught up in that first set. The Chargers, 7 kills, 5 errors, 39 attacks, and 0-5-1. The Tommies, 12 kills, 14 errors, 55 attacks, a negative 0-3-6. Tough to win when you're making 14 attack errors in a set. Overall assists, 12-7 Tommy. Service aces, 3-1 Tommy. Server errors, 3-2, with Stu having more. Diggs, 27-24 Stu. Blocks, Chargers with 2, Tommies with none. And individual stats, Crandall, led by Charlie Benoit, 3 kills. Jolie Alland, 2. Haley Legacy, 2. And that's it. That's all 7 kills for the Chargers. 400 percentage for Alain. Legacy perfect at 2-0. Service ace for Alain. 8 digs for LeBlanc already for the Tommies. It is Boyle with 5 kills. Nadeau and Slip, 2 kills each. 4 assists for Esty, 5 for Murphy. 2 service aces for Nadeau. 5 digs each, Boyle, Nadeau, and Avalon LeBlanc. That's your stats after 1. The Chargers take it. Largely on attack errors from the Tommies. Chargers did look pretty well organized on offense in that set. A little change here for the Chargers to start this set. Across the front, we've got Charlie Benoit. Number 11 is Riley Regier out of Warman, Saskatchewan. And 5 is Callie Woodworth. Across the back, it's Visser, Legacy, and Alain. So Regier is the change. Regier for Zylstra. Here is LeBlanc in. And for the Tommies, it is Nadeau, Esty, Slip, Thompson in the Libero jersey, Boyle, and Coy. That's Alain in play. There's Coy, Esty, Boyle back row. Good first touch to get there by Visser. Didn't get enough air under it for Woodworth to get there. 1-0 Stu. Here's Callie Nadeau. Nadeau, 45 service aces now on the season. Benoit blocked out of play. Point Chargers. Here's Brooke Thompson in for Avalon LeBlanc. And here is Regier. 7 service aces, 33 points coming in today for Regier. Deep serve. And a rotation issue on the Chargers right out of the gate here. And will be a point Tommies. And everybody's going to stand around here and take a look at what was on the sheet and who should be where. Okay, we're set now. Chargers, after a little help from the officials, get themselves ordered. Slip. LeBlanc. Woodworth. Benoit, big swing, gets it through the block of Osborne and Coy. Two. And we're once again going to check. The rotation. Here is Regier. Big swing that time, Morgan Coy. Down the line, kill. 3-2 Stu, and Coy will serve. Up for a lad, Woodworth. Legacy, big swing, gets it down in front of Avalon LeBlanc. Benoit on serve. Boyle on attack, blocked. Up by Nadeau. Coy dives, can't get there. Boyle, Esty, Osborne. Good get by Visser. The back row, Benoit. That's up by Nadeau. Esty tries the dump. LeBlanc gets a hand on it. Woodworth, free from Benoit. Boyle, big swing off of Benoit. Point Stu, 4-4. Up for a land. There's Boyle. Esty. Back row Coy into one. Visser. Hands on it, but couldn't control the pass. Free from Alain. Up by Nadeau, Esty, back row Boyle. Great get by Visser. Alain. Oh, Boyle got a piece. Libero's exchange for Stu as Callie Woodworth. Third-year center out of Moncton serves. Thompson, Esty. Nadeau. Lots of room there across court. Just a bit of a miss hit for Nadeau. 6-5 Chargers. Woodworth will serve again. That was Coy from the back row. Legacy on the tip. Esty got a piece of that one. 7-5. Hit by Osborne. There's Esty. Net violation on the Chargers. Ava slip back in. And here's Osborne to serve. Visser, Woodworth, Legacy goes for the tip. Gets it by the block of Nadeau and slip. Smart play by the veteran Haley Legacy. Boyle. That one's down. Trailing by 1, it's STU for the Tommies. And that one, little luck from the tape over the net. Slip can't react. That's Benoit who gets the kill on that one. There's Alain. Coy, big swing. That was touched, was it not? No. Must have been the net, got a piece of that. Looked to me like it changed directions. That one sent long by Jolie Allaire. Woodworth up for Benoit, tipped. STU gets it. Kept alive, and the Tommies can't get that back over the net. Up 3 for Emma Visser. Boyle. Off block. That one. Into Alain. LeBlanc lays out, can't get there. Down 2 for Ava Slip. Regier. A little help from the net, but it all counts. 12-9 as Riley Regier gets that point, and now Regier set to serve with Crandall up 3. Up by Boyle, and that one's going to drift out of play. Tommy's looking like they woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Certainly not the crisp Tommy's team that we have seen. And there's another one off the hands of Callie Nadeau. In time here for a timeout. Here comes Bronwyn Gillingham checking in for Nadeau. Regier. Thompson on the up. Coy, there's a clean kill in rhythm for Morgan Coy. Now Coy to serve. Tommy's down 4. That's off the hands of the last service ace, Morgan Coy. And another service ace from Coy as that one finds the line. Up for Visser, there's Legacy on the attack. That one blocked by Osborne. And a clean kill there, Benoit. Goes cross corner. Crandall +3 for Benoit. Boyle off of Benoit, out of play. Kathleen Boyle cranking it up here. Alain, Woodworth, Alain. There's Thompson, Esty, Osborne on the tip. Oh, good get by Woodworth. LeBlanc, Alain. Well played by the Chargers that time. Callie Woodworth. +3 Chargers. Boyle, Esty, and Coy. LeBlanc, Woodworth, Visser. Touched by the Tommies. Esty is there. Thompson for Gillingham. LeBlanc, Woodworth, Legacy, Boyle, Thompson, Coy. Net shot, Morgan Coy. Another attack error for the Tommies, down 4. Start thinking about a timeout. There we go. Volleyball, the only Tommies action today. Basketballers idle this weekend. The hockey team, one Friday night at Mount A, lost a tight one at X yesterday. They find themselves in 3rd place in the Atlantic University sport season. A couple of home games next weekend for the hockey team, Friday night and Saturday night. I'm going to say it's Dal and St. Mary's coming to town in some order. And when I last checked, looked like their playoff opponent in round 1 might be the ever-dangerous Moncton Blue Eagles. Basketball back here next weekend at the Pit. Be the final basketball home game. They take on Holland College. Got a few basketball games from the association to watch. My entertainment this week. Get caught back up on what's been going on there. SD Gillingham, cross-court winner for Gillingham. Here is Anna Osborne to serve. Was up by Visser, and now Legacy on the punch. Osborne gets a piece. Coy, Gillingham again. Benoit, Woodworth. Alain. Oh, getting underneath of it is Coy. Back row Boyle. Visser was there. Woodworth. Alain on the tip. Coy there again. Esty. Gillingham. That time, Bronwyn Gillingham took way too much off of it, left it short. 18-14 Chargers for Haley Legacy. Boyle, Esty, slip, couldn't get the tip. Little mistime there. Malfunction of the communication junction between Slip and Esty. Tommy's down 5 in set 2 and already down a set. That one drifts long. This is, as said off the top, this is a must win for the Chargers. They're certainly playing that way. The Tommies not sharp today. Jenna Murphy in for Ella Esty, and Murphy will serve and be the setter. Woodworth for Regier. Murphy got a piece. And we've got a double hit called on the Tommies. Tommies down 5. Joliet up by Coy. Murphy slip. LeBlanc got a piece. Great hustle by Alain. Love the energy of Amy LeBlanc. Was Gillingham on serve. Woodworth for Alain. Gillingham under that one. Murphy for Boyle. Gets it down off the block of Regier and Visser. Tommies pick up another point with Gillingham on serve. Usually a strong service game from Gillingham. And Tommies looking to the bench for instruction was Gillingham. Tipped over Woodworth. Gillingham. Murphy. The middle slip. That's going to be off of Alain. The Tommies close the gap now to 2. This is a set you really want if you're the Chargers. Already up 1. And a 5-point lead here with yourselves at, I think, 20 or around 20. Service ace from Gillingham. Timeout. Crandall as the Tommies now run off 4 straight points here in set 2. You bet there'll be no quit in the Tommies. They get down 2 sets last Sunday to Mount A. And forced that one to a 5th set, and I think it was 15-12 in that 5th set as well in favor of the Mounties. What a match that was. Chargers back out of their timeout. Tommies take a little bit longer than be Gillingham, who will serve. Woodworth back set for Visser. Cross court Murphy's there. Thompson for Coy. Coy on the tip. Kept alive. Free from Benoit, and that one drifts too long. Tommies climb all the way back with 5 straight points to tie at 20. And here is Bronwyn Gillingham again. Tipped over by Benoit. Murphy is there. Coy on the up for Boyle. Boyle off the block. Thompson. Murphy. Slip. LeBlanc. Woodworth. And Benoit. That one long. Off Coach Colpitz. Sub in for the Chargers. It's Mia Doucette, number 19, checking in for Charlie Benoit. Gillingham again. Up by Alain. There's Regier blocked. LeBlanc is there. Alain. That's the sub Doucette. Up for Boyle off a block down. Tommy's another point. 22-20, timeout Chargers one more time. That's 7 in a row for STU. Momentum is a fickle thing. Good to see here for another day. A couple of Tommy basketballers on the far side helping out with the volleyballs, and a couple from Newfoundland as well, and Kathleen Quinlan and Claudia Steves. At least 2, maybe 3 other Tommy women basketballers in the stands cheering on the volleyball teams here. I think indeed it's 3. Sometimes I have a tough time recognizing when they're not in the uniforms, but Definitely 2, and I think it's a 3rd basketballer as well. And another Tommy point, up 3. As a layup, big swing into the tape. Here's Gillingham. What a service run from 1-1 Gillingham. And Gillingham with the tape shot. Pretty much a must-have service point here on the side out for Visser. And the Rams down 2. Off the block, and they get it. Slip. That's going to be Regier who gets that block. Down 1. Visser again. Up by Thompson. Murphy for Boyle. Boyle off the block and down. Tommy's now sitting on 2 set points. And Osborne in for the Libero. Here comes Charlie Benoit back in for Mia Doucette. And Ava Slip will be looking to even us at 1 set each. There is for Benoit on the attack. Murphy is there, tipped over by Coy. That time Regier. Murphy, Slip for Boyle. And Kathleen Boyle gives the Tommies the 2nd set. Tied at a set apiece, 25-22. What a swing from 2015. Tommies finished that set on a 10-2 run. A lot of it coming on a service rotation from Bronwyn Gillingham. That 2nd set, the Chargers, 10 kills, 4 errors, 35 attacks, a 1-7-1. The Tommies, 15 kills, 8 errors, 37 attacks, a 1-8-9. Overall, the Chargers, 74 attacks, 17 kills, 9 errors, a 108. The Tommies, 92 attacks, 27 kills, 22 attack errors, and 054. Assists, 27-17. Stu, aces 6-3, Tommy. Serve errors 5-4 with Chargers having 1 more. Diggs 46-37, Stu. Blocks 4-0 and total blocks for the Chargers. Leading the Chargers, it is Benoit with 7 kills, Legacy with 5, Allant with 4. 625 hitting percentage for Legacy. 15 assists for Woodworth. 2 service aces for Regier. 16 digs for LeBlanc. 2 blocks as well for Haley Legacy. He's having a nice match here for Crandall. The Tommies, Kathleen Boyle already 14 kills and now up to a .310 percentage with an outstanding 2nd set. 7 digs as well for Boyle. Slip and Coy 4 kills each. 13 assists for Ella Esty. 11 for Jenna Murphy. 3 service aces Coy, 2 Nadeau, 1 Gillingham. 7 digs each for Boyle and Coy. 6 for Murphy. And no blocks for Stu as of 2 sets into this match. Take just a short break. I'll be right back with set number 3. Chargers are rolling with Woodworth, Regier, Legacy, Alain, Benoit, and Visser, with LeBlanc in the Libero jersey. And the Tommies, Jenna Murphy, who's serving, Brooke Thompson, Kathleen Boyle, Morgan Coy, Bronwyn Gillingham, and Ava Slip. Thompson up for Coy. Punches that one over to LeBlanc is there. Woodworth and Alain. That one falls in front of a diving Brooke Thompson. I didn't speak with the coaches prior to this one, but I'm sure if I'd have been down there, Brooke would have said, please say hi to my parents again. So shout out to Brooke's parents on Brooke's behalf. (1-1) for Gillingham. Woodworth, Benoit, Murphy got a piece. Gillingham with the dive, couldn't quite make it that far. Long distance to cover that time for Gillingham. Here's Regier. Boyle, Murphy, and Boyle. Off a block in front of Regier, that change of pace. Tough to handle. Slip. Alain, Visser, free from Legacy. And Osborne picks the back corner. Slip on the serve, Alain, Woodworth. Legacy on the tip. Smart play again from Legacy. Boy, big swing off of Woodworth. The back row, Alain, clean kill. (4-4). Net aided. Thompson gets a hand under it. Boyle a little more on the attack than I thought maybe she might have. That's going to be too many hits. Wow. Brooke Thompson earns that point for STU. Boyle on the serve. Legacy off the block of Osborne down on the Tommy side. 5-5. Now Legacy will serve. Thompson. Murphy, back set for Coy. That one long for Morgan Coy. They make a little adjustment in the run-in that time. Did Coy? 6-5 Chargers. And there it is, Anna Osborne. The hammer out of the middle. Tied at 6, Osborne will serve. Regier on the tip. Murphy is there. Osborne back row, Boyle. Great get by Woodworth, LeBlanc, Benoit. Pardon me, that was Visser on the last attack. I keep mixing up my 6 and my 8. 7-6, Tommies. Up by LeBlanc. Murphy for slip off block. Murphy is there. Net violation. Eight-6 STU for Osborne. Strong serve that time up by Visser. There's Benoit. Coy. Back set. Out of the back row, Boyle finds the net. Gillingham with a big swing. Here's Zylstra back in for Regier. Woodworth up for Zylstra, can't get it over. Murphy again at 10-7. Visser on the attack finds the net, 11-7. Murphy again, LeBlanc. Woodworth, Alain, Murphy, Boyle, Gillingham. There's LeBlanc. Woodworth, Zylstra off of Coy. Boyle, free from Gillingham, up by LeBlanc. Woodworth for Alain. No touch at the net, that's just off the net, out of play. Another point, Tommies. Murphy. Woodworth sets up Alain. Boyle is there. Murphy, Gillingham. It's a good get by Benoit. Alain, slip. Murphy for slip. Blocked by Zylstra. Thompson, back row Boyle. Left that one a little too short, pulled the string a little too much. Alain, Boyle, Murphy, and Coy. Too long for Morgan Coy. Net serve, Alain. Tommy's +4 for Gillingham. That was Benoit. Good get by Thompson. Back row Gillingham. LeBlanc. Woodworth. Oh, into no man's land that time. Zylstra and Benoit. Little malfunction of the communication junction. Timeout Chargers down 5, set 3. Calm looking huddles here on both sides. Just back and forth here. It's a sunny day here in the capital city. We've got the men's action, same two schools coming up after this one. A little less drama in the men's standings, at least as far as the Tommies are concerned. They're salted away already as the number 1 seed. They will have their choice of semifinal time on the Saturday. Almost certainly you would expect they'd take the early one, but we'll see. Benoit block. Slip was there. Little help from Morgan Coy, maybe. (15-9) for Gillingham. Up by Visser, Woodworth. In the middle of that time, Zylstra will find the floor with the ball. Legacy in, Zylstra to serve. I think we saw Zylstra at all yesterday, but impressed here with what I've seen from the first-year player out of Nova Scotia. (16-10) for Slip. On the up, Benoit on the attack, clean kill. Deep corner on the cross. Tommy's too late with the sub, trying to get Laurieve Godin in. Boyle. That one in on the cross in front of LeBlanc, and now the sub in. Here comes Laurieve Godin in front, in for Anna Osborne. Godin out of Beresford. That was Coy on the serve, set up for Legacy. Coy with the dig. Boyle, big swing. LeBlanc is there. From the back row, that was Alain. Murphy for Boyle one more time. That one, little piece of the net on the way by. It's enough to make it too tough for the Chargers. And another kill for Boyle, who's having another heck of a match, heck of a weekend, heck of a season for Kathleen Boyle. (19-11) timeout Chargers. Boyle, the Tommies Female Athlete of the Year last year. Should once again get an all-star nod, in my expectation at least, and at least be in consideration, depending on how this weekend and next weekend go, for Player of the Year in the conference. Again, my view. And I would consider myself only slightly biased. I've seen certainly a lot more of Boyle than any other player in the league in person, at least. And the numbers, though, stand up. Boyle first in kills per set, second in kills, fifth in digs per set, fourth in digs overall for Boyle. Is going to reach the 300-point mark unless something goes really sideways. Outside chance of maybe it even being this afternoon. Be the second year in a row for Boyle. Over by Laurieve Godin, played up by Alain. Woodworth for Visser. Thompson is there. There's Boyle on the swing again. Good up that time, Alain. Visser on the touch. Oh, the Tommies get it over from Gillingham. There's Legacy who finished it, though, for the Chargers. What a point. Great rally. Coy Gillingham somehow combining to get that one back over the net. 20-12. Chargers need a service run here. Thompson. Murphy for Laurive Godin. Up by Benoit. There's LeBlanc. And Alain on the attack. Gillingham gets that one. Back row. It's Coy. That's Woodworth, LeBlanc, and Visser. We've got a net violation on the Chargers. (21-12) for Kathleen Boyle. Woodworth, Visser. And that's just an error on the pass that time. Visser looking for something to attack, and the pass just not where she expected. Boyle. Up by Benoit. LeBlanc for Alain. Good get by Boyle. Party ball. And punched back. Laurive Godin. Oh, back again. Oh, and Murphy went for the attack that time. Into the tape, a little too excited. I think Jenna Murphy. Eyes got big as saucers on that one. Great rally. That one's a tape-aided ace from Legacy. They all count just the same. Good battle back here from the Chargers. The hard-charging Tommies seemingly righted the ship from a bit of a messy first set. Gillingham been a large part of that. That's what Murphy was trying to do the previous time. That's set too high into the paraphernalia on the ceiling. Out of play. 23-14 Tommies for Laurive Godin. Godin mishit on the serve. 25-15. And here's Emma Visser. Up by Thompson. Murphy, Boyle, back row. Good up by Visser, Woodworth. And that's going to be a double hit. 8 set points now for the Tommies. 24-16 here in set number 3. Alain with the free ball, Thompson. Slip off the hand of LeBlanc. Set number 3 to the suddenly well-executing Tommies. In that third set, Crandall. 9 kills, 6 errors, 32 attacks, and 0.94. The Tommies. 11 kills, 4 errors, 29 attacks. 12 kills, 4 errors, 30 attacks. A 2.67. It'll stat just updated as I was reading it. Overall, the Chargers. 107 attacks, 26 kills, 15 errors, 103. The Tommies. 122 attacks, 39 kills, 26 errors. That's a high error number. And 107. So just out hitting the Chargers by 4, up 2 sets to 1. 107 to 103. Assists 39-26 STU. Service aces 8-4 STU. Dig 63-49 Tommies. Blocks 4-1 in favor of the Chargers. Leading Crandall, it is Benoit with 9 kills. Legacy 8, Alant 7. 667 percentage for Legacy. 23 assists Woodworth. A pair of service aces for Regier. 22 digs by the energetic LeBlanc. Haley Legacy, 2 total blocks. The Tommies. Kathleen Boyle, she might get to that 300-point mark today. Was 21 and a half points away. Has 18 kills through 3 sets, does Boyle. 7 errors, a .289 percentage. And 10 digs for Boyle. 5 kills each, Slip and Coy. And Gillingham. Up to 23 assists for Jenna Murphy. 5 service aces, Morgan Coy. 10 digs Boyle, as mentioned. And 1 block given to Ava Slip. There are your stats through 3 sets. Chargers need this set. And the Chargers. Visser, Regier, Benoit, Woodworth, Legacy, and Alain. Visser will serve. The Tommies. Slip, Gillingham, Murphy, Godin, Coy, and Boyle. Liberos, LeBlanc, and Thompson. Tommy's doing a little dance routine here between sets. Murphy, back row, Boyle. Up, Thompson. Slip, off block. Gillingham is there. Murphy tried to sneak. Chargers are ready. Legacy. Coy, Boyle. Got it over. Legacy, Woodworth, Alain on the tip. That one is wide. Alain, Thompson. 1-1. Nice attack, Jolie Alain. And it will be Alain to serve. Seems to happen so many times. The attacker is the one then back to serve. Coy on the tip. Visser was ready. Slip tries a tip. LeBlanc under it. Free from Alain. Great get, Chargers. Murphy for Coy. Too strong. A little too much postage on that one for Morgan Coy. Murphy kept that alive, but it's going to be a point for the Chargers. 3-1. Gillingham. Up by Alain, there's Benoit, clean kill. 4-1, good start to set 4 from Crandall. Tip by Slip. Big swing, Benoit, and that one sent back by the Tommies, 4-2 in favor of the Chargers. Here's Bronwyn Gillingham. This match the first look at extended play for Gillingham that I've had this season. And there's Benoit again. showing the attacking prowess. Send Legacy back to serve for the Chargers up 3. Boyle on the up. From the back row, Alain. Up by slip, free from Murphy. Visser! Oh, what a play! Godin in as Slip will serve. Tommy's down by 2. Woodworth for Benoit, that one. Way too strong from Benoit. Looked like got under that one just a little bit. Slip. Up by Visser. Alain. Benoit again. Been a steady diet. Being in a steady diet, there's Kathleen Boyle with a kill. Boyle now with 19 on the match. Nice dive by Gillingham. It'll be a point, Chargers. Coy, clean kill. Might have been touched actually by Alain, not sure. 6-6 for Coy. Oh, Coy gets another ace, but it's aided by the net. Coy on the serve. Up by Visser, Woodworth. For Benoit, too long. (8-6) Tommy's that arm of Benoit got to be getting a little tired. Been a steady diet here in this third set. Up by Visser. Now Visser on the attack. Boyle is there. Murphy, back row. Gillingham, strong swing. LeBlanc is there. And that's going to be called a carry or a double hit? Double hit. (9-6) for Coy again. Coy tries the short one that time. A lamp, big swing. And a Tommy net violation. Benoit up for Thompson. Murphy on the dump. Woodworth was there. LeBlanc, Visser. Double hit on the block there by the Tommies. Carey taking your pick. Down 1 for Benoit. And clean ace. (9-9) Benoit again. Coy backs up a little bit that time. Benoit goes at Thompson, and it's going to be another ace for Charlie Benoit. Boyle, LeBlanc. And that's in from Alain down the line. 11-10 Chargers for Regier. Up by Thompson. Murphy. Laurier Godin gets that one off of Callie Woodworth. Kill for Godin. Now Godin to serve. Legacy big swing. Coy got a piece. Boyle turned off the engines on that one. There was no chance of Kathleen Boyle tracking that one. 12-11 for Visser on the serve. Boyle. Murphy slip. The point's due, but I missed exactly why it was whistled. Must have been a net violation. Something I didn't see. Murphy at 12-12. Woodworth, Legacy tipped. Thompson got underneath that one. Gillingham, another nice try. Oh, and that one turns on the four-wheel drive and gets over the net for Jolie Alain. Slip tries the tip. Benoit got a piece of that one. Nice dive by Visser. Gillingham. Alain, Woodworth, Legacy blocked. LeBlanc up for Benoit. Benoit too much. (14-14) for Bronwyn Gillingham. Boyle will try again. LeBlanc up to the task. Free from Benoit. Boyle, Murphy, Coy. Off a block. Up by Woodworth, Visser. And Benoit tip. Murphy is there. Thompson for Boyle on the tip. That one's down. That's another kill for Boyle. And that's 21. Boyle, next point, will put her over 300 on the season, at least according to my Sunday math. There it is. Boyle going over 300. Gillingham again, up by Visser. Woodworth, Legacy. Tried to tip, didn't get it over. Timeout, Chargers. Head scratching time on the Crandall bench. Trying to slow down Bronwyn Gillingham in the service game. The Tommies, it's more of the same. Just carry on the momentum. You've got right this moment in the match for the Chargers. It's dig deep, see if you got a little extra somewhere. Maybe go back to a little bit more. Starts first with handling the serve from Gillingham. Visser, free ball, right back. And Ava slip. Puts that one down for another Tommy point. Gillingham into the net that time. Here's Haley Legacy. Up by Thompson. Murphy, Boyle. Whoa! Alea trying to get out of the way of that one. Kind of a glancing blow that time. Little wave across the net from Boyle. And a big smile from Alea as well. Looked a lot more dramatic than what it really was. 19-15 Tommy slip. Benoit, there's the swing back. Coy. 2 touches, Tommy point, 20-15. Do a quick look ahead at the schedule for these clubs. Tommy's at UNBSJ next weekend, 14th and 15th. That wraps up their season. The 14th, Crandall hosts Mount A. The 15th, they host St. Anne, and the 20th, they host Mount A. So a St. Anne sandwich with Mount A bread remaining for Crandall, 14, 15, and 20. And 14, 15, the Tommies at SJ. So this is our last Court Sports Volleyball regular season broadcast for the women. It's been my absolute pleasure and privilege once again to be on the call here for Tommy's Women's Volleyball. And still a chance here this is going to go to 5 sets, but we'll have a moment and a timeout. I'll send a thank you out to all the coaches around the conference who give me a little bits of their time, 3 games, to fill me in on their teams, help me out with some information, whatnot, whatever I ask for. And of course, the Tommies always so grateful and giving of. I'm always so grateful for their time as well, and great to get to know coaching staff, players a little bit on game days. And of course, we'll all be back here for the ACAA's 27th, 28th of February, 1st of March. That was slip on the serve at 22-15. Murphy sets for Coy into the tape. 22-16. Down 6, pretty much a must-need service run here for Callie Woodworth and the Chargers. Coy, LeBlanc, Woodworth. Benoit, big swing. Thompson is there. Boyle on the attack, up by Woodworth. Benoit again, that time off of Murphy. Gillingham, Boyle, Coy. Tipped. Touched by the Tommies on the way by Crandall point. Into the game for the Chargers is number 10, Cassandra Roy. I missed that sub somewhere along the line. There's Woodworth, Murphy, Boyle. Touch, Tommy point. Another kill for Boyle. Boyle, another possible Tommy Athlete of the Week selection with the weekend Boyle has had. Laura-Eve Godin. 7 match points now for the Tommies as Morgan Coy toes the service line. 1 more point. The Tommies can retake sole possession of first place in the conference. Visser, Coy. Murphy, back row Gillingham. No touch. Match point saved. Benoit, there it is. There's a match for the Tommies. So the Tommies, the first team in the conference to 14 wins, sit alone in first place. Right on their heels, the 13-4 UNBSJ Seawolves, the 13-5 Mount Allison Mounties, and the 12-6 Holland College Hurricanes. Dow Rams 8-8, playing at UKC this afternoon. Mount St. Vincent 8-9, and Crandall drops to 6-11. That makes it real tough for Crandall. 3 matches remaining. They need help from here on out to keep any of their playoff hopes alive. The Tommies will now see those Seawolves twice next weekend. Tommies already won 1 match, and Tommies have lost the season series with Mount Allison. So I believe quickly, I think it's as simple as this. A Tommy split next weekend gets them a bye to the semifinals. Anything less than that, and they need help to get that first round bye. Tommies, though, are locked in to the ACAA championships. Check that next week. Before that, there'll be some stories in the ACAA and GoTommies.ca, no doubt. With the Tommies, 3-1 in this one. For everyone here at St. Thomas, including the always amazing Alice in the producer's chair, I'm Bill Gibson. That's going to do it for regular season women's volleyball. Men are up next. If you're not sticking around for that one, see you right here for the ACAAs in a few weeks' time.